Hello everybody, welcome back to this breakdown video and outlook video for the next week. So the breakdown section today will be short. I only have to discuss like two pairs. So first one is USD CAD, which we can see is bullish on the daily time frame. So what we was into was a continuation long trade after some liquidity grabs and retracements to the downside. So we marked out this order block and small imbalance area because we can see that market is trending to the upside, creating this ABC retracement, and now came back, and this was the last candle. After that, we saw this big push to the upside, which broke this structure, and also broke this structure, retraced and continued to the upside. So this is where we wanted to see price came back into and then move again into our direction. Market creates these nice equal highs, and we mark this out as some liquidity area, which we then wanted to target. So what happened was price came down. We have some liquidity down here. So also when it comes to reading this price action, we can discuss this area, because this area probably would also be valid as a valid demand zone. We have this demand zone, price came back and then broke the structure with this large push to the upside. So yeah, we could discuss if this also is a nice first POI on this one, but we was aware of it, that it might not hold. So we want to see price retrace a little bit deeper and then take it out from this more clear structure. Okay, so it turns out to be a very nice trade. Okay, we can see that market printed this falling, kind of falling wedge, tapped into the zone, and then immediately throughout news pushed directly into the take profit. So yeah, very clean, very nice. And this is, you can see here that the potential of just following the structure is crucial and also is a nice way to find a basic edge on the markets. Okay. And the second one, Euro USD, we can see market is trending to the downside, creating lower highs and lower lows. Came back, it's kind of accumulating a little bit, retraced. So we were expecting another push to the downside. Sorry. Because we just simply wanted to follow the structure. On lower time frame, we can again see that market is kind of accumulating to the upside. So yeah, taking out liquidity, and then we was ready for the final push to the downside, and here we are now. So yeah, let's see where this one goes. We will go over this now in the outlook video. So this was actually our two kind of trades we was really prioritizing throughout last weeks. There was some couple other setups we were watching, but yeah, nothing too serious. We also made kind of a small change, so we will kind of focus more on our session setups, which means we will we were based in Germany, so this would say that our main session will be London session and maybe a little bit of New York session. So we want to focus on these related pairs, and then we have some alternative pairs we want to go on, because there will be some weeks where market will not show sorry, some potential setups in our specific pairs. So it also is good to have some another setups in our back hand, okay? But let's start to look on the DXY. Nothing had changed so far on the DXY. We are still bullish. We still have our monthly price target. So yeah, actually it's very, nothing changed here. So what I usually was focused on is this demand area to the downside. So I was expecting another or more deeper retracement into the structure, maybe a small accumulation and then another drive to the upside. Market didn't got to this demand area. Instead of it pushed higher directly. So what is the outlook now? So with this push towards the upside, we created kind of some imbalance in the market, and also the structure of order block on lower time frame. We can see this as a potentially liquidity run push to the upside. So our first POI will be the retest of this structure and then just continue it to the upside, okay? Sorry again. Towards the monthly price target, okay? But there's still the potential that we will see a larger correction back down to our initial demand zone. So this will be the second POI. So it all depends on how the market will react on the zone, okay? This is DXY. So yeah, it's just simply moving to the upside, and yeah, we try to take advantage of these dollar strength moves. GBP USD. Today I want to show you a little bit, kind of, you can see the trend lines here. So to just visualize the charts a little bit easier and how they move. So when it comes to GBP USD, we can now see that market broke the lowest point since 2020. So I am not interested in selling this market at this point because it's just too low, So I don't think it's a good price to focus on more sells. But on the technically side, we are still bearish. So what this means is that we have our level of invalidation around here, which also is our lower high. Okay, so everything below this area is technically short. So yeah, we have to be careful when trading GBP USD. In other words, daily time frame, we are in this trend, we have some open levels, but this is very, very long term. So okay, and before we can kind of realize, okay, we potentially will move up to these areas, we first have to kind of break this lower high and see some more bullish structure on the daily. Okay, so yeah, a lot to work on for the GBP. Okay, but what we can see on lower time frame is market sold off into this historically low and then kind of presents some bullish structure on the lower time frame. So I will mark this out as some potential liquidity trend line. So what I'm looking for is some retracement buys into higher areas to then potentially get a better price when again we want to look for sales. Okay, so actually around this zone right here, this is the zone where I want to see price coming back into and then potentially move to the downside again. What that means is for the week ahead, I'm looking for buys on GBP USD. So now this structure right here is my order block and demand area for the structure, because this was the last sell candle which afterwards broke several structures to the downside and prints like, okay, we have this high, lower high, higher high, lower high, higher high, lower high. And now maybe if market can reach to move down again, I would then look for some kind of sell to buy and then go long. This is my plan for GBP USD next week. GBP JPY, this one actually it's a little bit nicer, because also here we are moving to the upside, printing new highs. Then we saw kind of this huge, I would say, downtrend, nothing to say structure, but always respecting this demand zone with some nice liquidity grabs, move to the upside. And now I'm focusing on some continuations to the upside. So you can see market broke heavily to the upside, broke the structure. So this is actually pretty nice in my view. On lower time frames, we have now several types of points of interest. So the first one is the current market right here. Okay, so you can see again, market sold off, and then now kind of, yeah, we can easily say, okay, this is a ranging market. So what I like to see is another drive, sell to buy, and then go long from it to take out liquidity, and also just to following the structure into the higher time frame targets above here. Okay, so if this will not occur, so the potential is also that the market will immediately, let me kind of delete this, will sell off more. It's fine. So this will be my second POI to watch for exactly the same pattern to go long again. So yeah, I'm still bullish on GBP JPY. Gold, again, I want to show you the weekly picture we have on gold. After this huge drive to the upside during COVID times and so on, market came back with a retracement, was kind of slow, came back into these highs, printed these equal highs, and then came down again. So what we have now is that we can see market touch this area 1, 2, 3, 4 times, which is a very nice liquidity when it comes to the weekly. So I was short on this one. I kind of missed this sell right here. So now we have this liquidity run. So the potential is long term that we might see some longs again, but again on lower time frame we still are quite bearish. So we want to see just to follow the structure, because we are long on a DXY. So if I'm now looking for longs on gold, it will not fit my plan, and it also don't make sense. Also because we technically are still short on gold. Okay, so what I want to see is a retracement on gold and then a next drive to the downside. USD CAD. What is the potential outlook here? Yeah, it's just bullish. So maybe if the market will retrace, we can look for another long on the structure break and order block area. So this is actually quite simple. So this one right here should price kind of not react on our POIs whatsoever. This one right here is the level of invalidation. So if market decides to break the structure, then I'm not interested in longs anymore. But instead of we could potentially see some further sales on USD CAD in the long run. But for now, these are valid areas for buys on USD CAD. Euro USD, yeah, same like gold. It's a very nice downtrend. So also fundamentals on the euro side is not looking so great also for the future here. So I will not expect euro to really go long as long we stay below these lower highs and in this kind of trend to the downside. So there's a potential euro will come up again, testing this supply area and then sell off towards the minus 27 or the minus 61.8. Okay, so these are my long-term outlooks for euro. The invalidation of this is actually the break of this lower high. So if euro can move above this last lower high, we then maybe can use this as a larger retracement. Okay, so this is the outlook for the dollar and my pairs. I want to see some trades, and of course GBP JPY, because it's just, yeah, a lot of volume and nice pair to trade. So let's hop to some other markets. So I still watching AUD CAD for sells. Yeah, so this is kind of, when it comes to the structure, it's a large area. Okay, so what does mean is we can mark out this area because this last sell-off volume was the last volume to then break structure and move to the upside. So yeah, but we can also identify this as a potential demand zone because it's the same play in this area. We see price accumulating here and then break structure and heading towards the upside. Yeah, so actually this one looks easy, but I also think because you will often see markets sell off heavy and then move to the upside. So I don't know why, this is just what I observed over the last years. So I also would not be surprised if market will move to the upside to take some retracement. Okay, but for now, the red line again, lower high is our invalidation level. So when lower time frame lines up here, this is technically a short area to target lower prices on AUD CAD around 0.88 or 0.8770. So yeah, let's see if this, in which direction this one goes. Euro NZD, same here. I mean, Euro NZD really loves to overshoot and overaccumulate and so on. So it's like, yeah, I mean, we have some open supply zone area, which I also see as my personal long-term target. Yeah, last structure which caused this move to the upside was this order block zone right here, and we can see there's still some open imbalance around this area. Now price is just respecting this liquidity trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So in my opinion, this is getting weak in my opinion. Okay, so because there's resting a lot of liquidity below it and market needs liquidity to run. So yeah, here's just a waiting game. I'm not interested in taking longs here because this for me is not a good entry because we are very high. We have some liquidity resting. There's some open imbalance. We are in this supply zone, so this is not a good place to take risk for longs. Okay. So here the plan is just wait what market will do. And then, I mean, on lower time frame, this is the last demand area. We got the sell to buy, which also broke the structure. So market can just come into the structure and then go long. It's completely fine. Then maybe we can also take longs on this one for sure. But I want to see if market wants to go long further, some lower time frame confirmation. So I would not blindly just hop in here. Okay, so yeah, and if price breaks this demand zone, then I want to look for shorts when it retraces into that broken demand zone. And yeah, this is the plan for Euro NZD. NZD CAD, AUD JPY, also very nice. We can see on the daily, it's kind of in a huge rising wedge. So, and rising wedges always comes along with some reversals. So, but this is daily time frame. So yeah, I just want to make sure to have a bigger picture what market can do, because I have some targets up here, and as long as the structure gives me longs, I will just take it. So you see market took out liquidity here, didn't tap into this demand zone, but definitely cleared this imbalance, resting there. So this is fine. This is actually this is okay technically. So there's no need that we now want to see, okay, we need to go back there, tapping into this trend line, take out this demand again, and then go long. There's no need for that, because we can also see that this uptrend is very, very strong. Okay. So again, here we have our first POI, which is this demand zone at the current price level, broke structure, and our second POI is the next demand, which also caused this move to the upside. So let's see. Just wait what market will do. I mean, most likely I prefer the second one. Yeah, just to get in with some better prices. And also we can see market kind of, yeah, creating some accumulation again for a potential next move to the downside. But we have to see, because we can also see that, yeah, this is a potential liquidity run with a break of structure. So yeah, in this area would have been a nice long already. So let's see, we're now sitting at this, yeah, supply zone, order block zone, and let's see what market will do. But definitely long term, I'm looking for longs on this pair to reach my higher time frame perspective. Last one today, guys, Euro AUD. Also here we have some higher time frame targets. Nice structure. Actually, there's no no imbalance or something I want to see on higher time frame, which have to be like cleared or something. It's just a clean uptrend. So maybe this one. if price decides to break, because again, we also have this kind of liquidity trend line here. But yeah, let's see. It's kind of moving very nice, creates new highs. There's clear liquidity runs in the structure. So this can be a potential re-entry. Okay, so there's a potential we will see this demand zone hold. So I'm only interested in taking it from this imbalance and order block zone, either here or right here. Okay, so I will cover this, but out from the structure, I'm not expecting price to go below this higher low. Okay, so if price moves back down, this buys gets invalid for me, and we can then again, like Euro NZD, looking for retracement shorts. I hope it makes sense to you, and I hope I could give you some new points to your plan, maybe to your site. Yeah, let's see how the market will move. It's kind of exciting, sorry. Yeah, and I wish you a nice weekend. Enjoy your profits from last week. Stay safe, and I will hear you next week. Bye bye.